Hey guys, it's Andrew Murray. I have a real special guest, Jerry Billette, with me on the webinar. We're going to be starting at the top of the hour. Just wanted to welcome everyone to this, webinar. And Jerry's got a crazy story. He's got an amazing story. He's going to let you know how he went from being a Facebook newbie with about 30 friends on Facebook to 1,200 friends in about 4 months, and then went on to make like over $5,000 in just a couple weeks, all from Facebook using all free marketing. So it's pretty cool, and we're going to get to Jerry and his story at the top of the hour. So welcome everyone to the webinar. You're lucky you got on board. All right, hey guys, when you come on the webinar, you want to navigate to this group, the Internet Marketing Dojo group, which is facebook.com/groups/Andrew Murray. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be connecting in this webinar, and allowing some interaction so you can really get the most content, the most value out of this whole webinar presentation. Okay, so cool. So we got just about a minute to go until we launch off into into all the content, and yeah, it should be some stuff that will make your head spin. Okay, so here we go. You got the top of the hour, Jerry?
I'm here, Andrew.
Okay, cool. All right, we got Roger here. So yeah, we got a bunch of people on the webinar. Wow, actually, yeah, we've already got. We're probably going to max out this webinar. We had just over 200 people register for this, and this is definitely something that people want to hear about because Jerry has such a tremendous story, and and he's just been crushing it online, and he's going to show you exactly what he's doing. So yeah, so basically, what I want to do is just put the face to the name here for a second, so you guys can see who Jerry is. That's Jerry Billette. He's got a tremendous story, and he's going to be breaking it all down to you as we get started. So, how are you doing tonight, Jerry?
I'm excited. I'm excited. Ready to help some people who need this information.
Cool, cool. All right. So what I want to do is I just want to make sure everyone on the webinar can hear us. If you're in the webinar room right now, you want to go to facebook.com/groups/Andrew Murray. That's the link up here, and add yourself to the group. And I want to know if you can hear us. Can you hear Jerry and I? So if we could just get temporarily blocked. Okay. All right. So I'm not allowed to post in my own group. Okay. Sounds interesting. So there you go. Well, Jerry, looks like I don't understand Facebook at all. Maybe I should just turn the sucker over to you. Why don't you start and tell everyone your story? And as you're doing that, if you every once in a while just pop over here and see if you can uh, uh, add some of these people who are requesting to be in. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your story, Jerry? How did this all come
De-
about?
Definitely, definitely, definitely. Well, as Andrew pointed out, my name is Jerry Villette. I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. Came to America as a young adolescent, but always grew up in Jamaica poor. Never really had a great upbringing. Poverty and a lot of pain and violence. I connected to criminals at a very young age because I really had no family. So the street life was really the family I had to turn to. I came to the United States when I was very young, 16 years old. I was always a good student, but I lived a double life because I never knew how to balance out being average. So during the day, I was a student by day, criminal by night. Um, by the time I hit 17, could had no money to go to college. You know, I used to sell drugs to feed my family, um, and I'm not proud to say that, but I did. And turned my life into the military because I realized I had no options, and I was afraid of dying. But I joined the military, served 4 great years, got to see the world, did 2 combat deployments, Iraq and Afghanistan, highly decorated. Came back and came back into a world of depression and suicide, PTSD, um, and a downfall to my life immediately happened as soon as I got back home. Fighting PTSD, I went right back to my street life of selling drugs, violence, and in summer 2011, paid the price for that. Got shot in the head actually, and went to jail and faced 20 years for an armed home invasion. And the only evidence was held against me was my skin color. And in the state where racial tensions ain't pointed out that much, but it's very high, I was the face of that. I fought that for a year, and it was thrown out by a judge when he realized my constitutional rights were violated. And that ended, and I turned 21, and I decided to dive into network marketing because I realized, I had to do something to change my life, and I was going through college as a full-time college student, majoring in psychology, and working a full-time 12-hour shift at nighttime at Polartec, a manufacturing company, and I got laid off from that early summer last year, going into 2012. Got laid off from my job. Bills came dry. Had to make a choice: pay for college or pay for food. I chose to pay for food. Had to pull out of college, so I could never finish my schooling, and dove into an industry and completely failed. The first company I was with was Herbalife. I failed utterly bad, lost 12K within 3 months online. And that's where the hunt for what needed to be done for me to balance it out and succeed online. Going into this year, I actually got sick and caught a very rare condition that I was born with, and I nearly died in January 2012. If it wasn't for my girlfriend sitting next to me right now, I wouldn't be on this webinar. I was on government insurance. I couldn't afford health care. I couldn't afford to stay in the hospital, and I lost 45 pounds this year. That's why I'm kind of skinny in that photo. I came out of the military a little buff, and I lost 45 pounds this year. And for 3 months, I fought to stay alive with a G-tube in my stomach to live, and I fell into deep depression. And 4 months ago, I nearly took my life. While my girlfriend was sleeping on the couch, I was sitting there and I contemplating killing myself because nothing was going right for me, nothing in any way, shape, or form. So if things are not going right for you right now, online or in your life, I can tell you, if I can do this, you can too. Had 30 friends, like Andrew said, on Facebook, and I had to develop a strategy to make money. I was sleeping on the floor after surgery, couldn't pay bills. My girlfriend was paying all the bills in my house, and she doesn't even make enough money to pay her own bills. So we really, really struggled, and I made a decision. I decided not to kill myself and really go hard on Facebook. To this day, I still don't know Facebook like that. I still don't know the settings and all that, but I know a simple, easy way that if you want results fast, I'm going to show you a way tonight, and I have not looked back ever since.
Cool, cool. So let me get this straight. You grew up in Kingston, Jamaica, one of the toughest places in the world. You got into crime. You got out of that in the military. You got PTSD, which is what is that again? Can you just explain?
That's post-traumatic stress disorder. When I got back, I was taking sleeping pills. I couldn't sleep at night. Antidepressants because my psychologist knew I was suicidal, and I was very scary to my peers because if you would touch me, I would hurt you because I always saw combat.
Right. How common is that?
Uh, it's very very high right now. Seeing how soldiers are coming back. If you watch the news, you see soldiers killing themselves, robbing
Right.
robbing banks. You know, it's a very very bad disease. It's pretty. They say it's uncurable once it affects you. But I'm living proof that's not true. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's awesome. And then you got shot in the head. Like did a bullet graze the side of your head, or how did that happen? I mean, because
Oh yeah, yeah. I was in the
most
project.
people don't make it through that.
Yeah. I should not be living right now, Andrew. I should be very much dead. But yeah. That night I was in the projects in Massachusetts, hanging out with my friend. And then I was walking back to my car to go home at 3 in the morning. Bullets started ringing down on me, and because of my training in the military, I was able to move and avoid as much shots as possible. But one still took me down to the ground. Like when the bullet hit me, I thought I was dead. And so I don't know if it was an angel or something. Something said, "Move, you're still alive." And I jumped up and ran. And then a cop car cut me off, and he got out and beat the living crap out of me.
So after you almost got a shot in the head, then you got beat up by a police officer.
Oh, I got beat up by 12 police officers because apparently a home invasion took place, and the only thing they knew was three black guys, and they found one with a bullet wound to his head, so that's him. You know, I spent 2 months in jail. It was crazy. My family disowned me because of it, and I had a 5988 hearing. That's a danger to society hearing. That's when a judge and the grand jury decides if you're a menace to society. And I beat that because they realized, the only thing we have on the kid is he's black. There's no fingerprints. He doesn't have a
Hmm.
gun. Why is he even being charged for this? But I still battled that for a year,
Wow.
and
Okay.
was
And
on
then,
and was on probation at the same time while I was going through all this and going to the VA. I had no life. It was probation, court, VA, pills, probation, court, VA.
so
It was
that and you've just gone through the PTSD, all that medication. You know, how did you? And then you get into I think it was Herbalife, and you lost what 1,200, which probably would have been most of your spare income at the time.
it was actually 12,000, my friend.
Oh,
It was
twelve
I
thousand. Sorry.
12,000 buying leads. Yeah,
So twelve
buying leads.
thousand $12,000 you
Yeah.
poured into Herbalife.
Yep. Jumped in Herbalife, bought the supervisor package, bought many will slots. My girlfriend thought I was insane. My family thought I was crazy. I borrowed money from my dad, borrowed money from it was just bad.
Okay. And then even after all that, I mean, I could see so many times where people that I've worked with, people that I've coached, probably people in this webinar who would have, at a quarter of what you've gone through at an eighth, at a 16th would have been like, that's it. I'm done. Forget this. Um, we're going to get to some of, how you made your transformation, but I just think you got such an inspirational story. So, who's inspired by Jerry's story? All right, and I spelled that wrong. I did that on purpose. Okay.
Nice grammar, buddy. Nice grammar. I like it.
All right. Well, I'm somehow Facebook decides that in my own group that I set up that I'm misusing. I posted too many times in this group. So, be that as it may, let's just jump into quickly how you came across me and how you came across MLM Zing, and then I know people really want to hear this strategy and how you went from being broke to be able to make $5,000 in about 14 days. So first off, how'd you come across me and MLM Zing?
Oh, that was actually I was last company I was in was Visalis, and you were crushing it in Visalis, but I still didn't know who you were, and I joined under a leader in Visalis with I had $100 to my name, it was pretty insane. I had $100 to my name, and he called me on the phone and said, "I will change your life. I'll teach you marketing and show you everything you need to do." I know I shared my story with him, trusted him, and I took that leap. You know, I sold everything in my apartment, everything, and came in and buy SAAS at the $999 level and failed for 2 months in SAAS. And that leader left SAAS. He went into, I don't even know what other company. He jumped into 3 different companies and was like, "Hey, you need to come with me." And I was like, "Dude, I cannot afford to go with you. You need to help me. You promised to teach me marketing." And he told me, "Well, screw you." And I made some strides. Like, you know, I had a radio interview on my life and did some amazing things personal development wise. And I saw this leader using my story, making tons of money off of it. And I was crushed. I didn't know what to do. So if you're in that position right now, you're like, "I'm Jerry, I hear you, but I don't got what you got right now. I don't know what to do." Well, guess what? I was worse. You know, I had no money, and I saw Andrew, and I started doing some research. Who was the top enrollers in SAAS? And Andrew just made it to the #4 position. I was like, man, I'm going to take a shot. And I threw out the biggest SOS message to you, and then I found out we were friends on Facebook, and I was like, hey, my strategy's starting to work a little bit. I'm friends with a top recruiter. And I sent out a message, and I think you remember that message. It was like, "Hey, man, I've been burnt. I'm broke. I have nothing. I need your help. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I need this right now. And I don't have a family. I can't buy anything. I I need it." And I still remember the words you said back to me. "Who was the sponsor? What happened?" And I explained my story, and I was crying, typing it to you. And you were like, "Let's go. Let's change your life right now. If you're not going to make excuses, I'll show you what to do." And, you know, you didn't baby me. You said you set the roadmap and set the path. I bought MLM Zing. I went through MLM Zing in 3 hours. I went through that thing in the first day. I took so many notes. You know, people were looking at me. I secluded myself in my apartment with just a blanket and a pillow and my laptop and MLM Zing. You know, watched you and your beautiful wife, who's an expert marketer herself, module after module after module after module, and I reached out to you every time. "Hey, I'm confused on this." You answered my questions, and I implemented every step of the way, and I'm still going. Every night I watch a module to this day. And my girlfriend, she calls me Mini Andrew because I actually bought a NLP training, and I model you. Like, I actually go to your blog every day and listen to the way you speak, and I imitate you in the mirror. And she's just like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, "I'm modeling. I want to attract Andrew's technical and skill sets." And it's amazing. The universe is just bringing people to me. It's pretty incredible.
Cool. Yeah, and that's awesome. So, and now I think it's everyone's turn, myself included, to to learn from you, because I think you've got just a fantastic um, system here, and I just want to give you the controls here. Um, all right, so should be on your screen now, and Facebook Kingpin. Let's see. Let's see how this works.
All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep, we can see you.
All right. Want to make sure the webinar is awake real quick. Are you guys fired up and ready to laugh at how easy this is? Like, literally, guys, if you think this is a technical thing, you must not know me. If you ask Andrew, I'm not Mr. Technical. I still don't even know how to mess with Facebook security settings. But the first thing I want to show you, I like easy. Yeah, me too, Andrew. I love easy. But first thing I want to show you is the psychology of prospecting and how to really target your audience. You know, I don't care what your offer is or what your what you're trying to promote or sell or anything, you have a target market. You have a target audience. And the way for you to go about getting the right people in front of your presentation is not to spam them, and is not to pitch them. So this is going to be, I say this, if you can talk, if you have friends, you can do my strategy. And let's get this ball rolling. Okay. I'm
So you're
going to look
saying,
at,
Jerry. So you're saying, Jerry, that first things first. I mean, this can work for anyone, no matter what company they're in. Doesn't matter.
it does not matter.
Okay.
It does not matter. I was using this, I was developing this strategy when I was in Visalis, and that's a 500 to 999 buy-in, and I was able to recruit a few people with this strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when I didn't even master it. That was when I was developing it. So, yes, I don't care what your offer is, what your company is, 67, 999, 5,000. It's all about making people like you. It's all about connecting with the person on a subconscious level and becoming friends with them. And if you ever notice something about a human being, if you talk to your friends, you ever notice how they just tell you their problems? It's the same thing online. If you make somebody stop worrying about you pitching them, and they're like, man, this guy is awesome, they'll tell you what's wrong. They'll tell you, I'm not recruiting, I'm looking for another opportunity, I can't make money. And as a marketer, your job is to provide the solution. So you could provide an affiliate product, or your network marketing company, or your 100% commissions offer. But I'm going to stop rambling on and get moving. And I want to show you the 3 biggest mistakes every marketer is making online, and why it's so easy for me to stand out, and why it's so easy for guys like Andrew and this guy right here, Gregory Napier, shout out to Gregory Napier, to just crush it. Let's look at Carice real quick. Okay, he's got a picture of himself. That's good. You know, I see a lot of people online right now having their BizOp picture right here. So if you're on this webinar and you have your BizOp picture right here, you are throwing money away. You are repelling money away from you, because nobody cares about your BizOp. People join people. And this is so simple, and I'm going to make you guys say, wow, I've been doing this mistake. Why have I been doing that? So what's the first thing you see when you hit Carice's timeline? Money.
Yeah.
What is so cool about that? That does not appeal to anybody besides people with a get-rich-quick mindset. Now, if you're trying to attract tire kickers into your business, more power to you if you want this there. You'll sign them up. You know, like, let's see what that was. 3,000 in a single day. And you see all these people, you can see all these huge comments. Oh, I want that overnight. Yo, this is awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Damn, son, so hood. You know, like, is that the type of people you want in your business, guys? I don't think so. And then you look at his wall, he's not providing any value. If you win the 5-foot, like, sorry, Carice, if you're on the webinar, Barack Obama and Jay-Z, you know, quote, that's good. Everybody on Facebook does quotes, spam, so everybody's doing the same damn thing. Donald Trump, yep, you know, he's not offering anything. He's not positioning himself as an expert or a leader or somebody you could call a friend. All you're seeing on his wall is, yeah, son, making that money. All right, and